people think XXXTentacion isn't really dead. And that Drake is involved? Look, we understand. The world is a tough place full of terrible truths. So it's so hard for people to accept news at face value. But these XXXTentacion conspiracy theories are out of hand. The biggest is that the rapper is still alive. Related, one man arrested for the murder, multiple suspects still at large. How could people possibly believe this after his murder was confirmed by the Broward County Sheriff's Office? The first reason is a rather well-presented but factually iffy argument that went viral on Twitter. 30 is not dead, and let me tell you why. V Nasty, @was in vain, June 19, 2018. 1. I don't support him and am not a fan, but this whole entire thing is fishy. Let's start with the controversy surrounding him. Rape, domestic abuse, violent homophobia, misogynistic. He was recently released from house arrest because of domestic violence in order to tour. V Nasty, @was in vain, June 19, 2018. 2. Before being arrested he was jumped a few times. If anybody can remember that video of him getting slammed on stage and his tooth flying out, that was a pretty violent attack. He's been in the spotlight a lot this year for controversy and violence. V Nasty, @was in vain, June 19, 2018. 3. It's a known fact he is mentally ill, and struggles with depression and suicidal thoughts. His lyrics and messages often show that. This brings me to suspect the amount of conspiracy in his life along with the overwhelming fame caused him to want to fake his own death. V Nasty, @was in vain, June 19, 2018. 4. Sounds dumb until you remember the fact that he faked his own suicide last year via Instagram video. In the video he made it seem as if he was hanging himself, and it was even reported that he had killed himself. V Nasty, @was in vain, June 19, 2018. It goes on like that. Read at your own risk. Drive. It suggests he faked his own death to avoid prison. Or for publicity. The other reason is a video from XXXTentacion's Instagram Live in which he assures his fans he isn't dead. Many fan sites posted it in the hours and days after his shooting. That one alone has been viewed over 2 million times. But the vid is actually from September of last year. See, he faked his suicide in a video in August, and this was him proving he was fine and that it was just a publicity stunt. Obviously the fact he faked his death once before doesn't help. Video. XXXTentacion seemingly predicts own death, and vid filmed before shooting. Some who actually accept the fact of his death have a conspiracy theory as well. They think Drake was involved in the murder. Drake did have a beef with XXXTentacion last year. But how could anyone possibly think Sensitive Albra killed a rap rival? It's in a stretch of a reading of the line from his recent track I'm Upset, XXX. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck, SKRR, why you keep on shooting if you know that N-dead. SKRR, that's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. Some people even wondered if the line was about XXXTentacion before this. Now they think it was a warning. But in context, the line before is getting pictures from my ex, the XXX line is about sexting, and the shooting is, well, let's just say it was of the skeet variety. We get that people want there to be something more, but the truth is sometimes plainer than all that. Drake was nowhere near any of this. He's not a murderer. And without the help of law enforcement, it's nearly impossible to fake your own death for any length of time. Even more so when you're that recognizable. What do you think of all these conspiracy theories? Image via uncherry/win/YouTube, tags, Conspiracy Corner, Drake, Instagram, murder, Twitter, violence, XXXTentacion. Sorry Seth Rogen. Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande are going to continue their social media love fest, whether you like it or not. As we reported, on Wednesday night's episode of The Tonight Show, the Saturday Night Live star confirmed the couple's engagement to Jimmy Fallon. Related, Ariana confirms Pete has a huge dick. On Friday, the songstress shared several photos and videos on Instagram story of her and her boo. And things got steamy. In one clip, the musician straddles her shirtless fiancé while singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King. The two are also seen singing, dancing, goofing around with filters, and watching a Harry Potter movie. See all the pics below, image via Ariana Grande / Instagram.